progressed like the rest of the world has. Mostly because they've been stuck in tradition for probably, what, now... Oh, they've been stuck in tradition since even before the 1930s and 40s, after they got knocked off by Japan for a while. They've been, their country's not doing well. Neither is their society. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like, it is a shame. Because, like, don't get me wrong, there are, like, let's be honest. Because 9 times out of 10, when I see these groups that have these people who have these views and that, I look into it and, like I said, most, but not all, uh, like, let's put it this way. There's a singular person in the Gunpla community that everyone hates. Well, I would say I pseudo hate the guy. Because I basically got into the hobby after the guy kind of got kicked out of all of the Facebook groups and that.
Ah,
But let's put it this way, from what I can tell, the hate he received, he kind of deserved.
that's fair.
Let's put it this way, he's basically like a Goku Solos kind of person.
Ah.
Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of places Goku does, but there's a whole lot of things to go into that, because like the whole Superman Goku versus Superman thing is key
Oh.
magic. That's one question I have: is key magic? Because then and only then does Goku curb stomp Superman.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait, he was like one of these like fanatic like Superman types, was he?
No. He, like, let's say Goku goes to a random world, he can take on all of that world.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Like, okay,
I
hear
call
me. So,
bullshit.
just as an example, is the classic Goku versus Superman. Who would win?
Ah. It depends on which Superman that it is. It really does.
Let's say Goku in his most prime and Superman in his most prime.
Yeah, which continuity? Which one?
Yes. Let
Which continuity?
literally
Brother?
let's go with prime Superman, because he's the most powerful Superman variant.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with Superman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's the one thing that would be ever so slightly different is key magic.
What, you mean like the soul?
No, is key from like the key blasts and stuff from Dragon Ball magic. Is it a type of magic?
Oh, that's a hard question. You're getting into some serious engineering right there.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Look, I will put it down as a thing that is clearly powered by magic. It's a piece of technology powered by it, but it
What,
does not.
like the Kamehameha?
Kind of. I would see it more as soul engineering, what I would call it. It's harnessing magic and using it in a way that makes it less like magic, more like a technology, which kind of defeats the purpose of magic being magic in the first place.
Well, when it comes to the Z Fighters, the way that all happens, they all technically have those abilities. They all can develop them and so forth.
Yeah, but honestly, I would probably still say Superman. I'd probably still say Superman, I'm sorry. As much as I like Goku, I,
No, there's
I,
only one reason why. If you go by that, if you go by the fact that uh, the Kamehameha and all that are magic.
well, they're powered by the soul, which is an innate essence. Which
Yes, yes,
is
it's.
it fair to call essence in that universe
I
magic?
hadn't I hadn't quite gotten to that, but that's what I mean by depending on like how all of that is defined in one.
But it's
That's what I'm trying
not.
to get at.
It's not
Yeah, but
defined.
that's the point I'm trying to get at. Because if it is magic, then Goku stomps the fuck out of even Prime Superman. Because as far as I'm aware,
Well, no, because Superman in, if I remember correctly, one or two continuities was able to shrug off most spiritual stuff thrown at him. Like, I'm trying to think back to all the continuity I know about the poor bugger, but
I'm literally looking up just as an example.
I'm fairly certain there's a issue, or was it one of the later comics? I can't remember.
Mm, so as far as I can tell by the looks of what I just, the only Superman that's only his son that's resistant.
His son was resistant.
Superboy's resistant, not Superman.
Well, shouldn't that also be Superman then, by proxy?
No, for some reason, like there's something to do with being born on Krypton that makes you,
Ah.
by the looks of it, makes you weak to magic.
Oh,
Just
okay.
you being born on Krypton makes you weak to magic, apparently. I just had a quick look. I said, basically, I looked up, is Superman Prime weak to magic? It didn't even give me Superman. It told me all about Superboy and told me why any super Kryptonian born on Earth is resistant to magic. Like, from what I'm gathering, highly resistant.
Huh. Interesting. So I don't know my
Yeah,
Superman lore that well.
I I only know that Superman's weak to magic in that situation.
Actually,
But
has there ever been an example of Superman being resistant to magic? I don't think there has been.
he's always been weak to it.
Yeah, yeah, because that was like his one stick, wasn't it? But then
Not
again,
not
most.
quite. It was also kryptonite.
Yeah, well, that and
Um,
kryptonite.
but yeah, basically,
Actually, would that mean?
it's the whole reason why there's a second Justice League, technically,
Hang on,
because
hang on, hang on. Wouldn't that also mean that kryptonite is technically magic?
it might, no, that's a radiation, but it's what,
Well, who's to say radiation's not magic?
yeah, there's a whole weird thing. It's like, but heck, let's put it this way: pink kryptonite turns him gay.
What? What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
That's the most absurd thing I've ever.
Yeah, look up different types of kryptonite if you get a
Oh
chance.
my god.
I think they've retconned it to not that it turns him gay.
It just turns him very peachy.
No. Um, it will have a random effect every time he comes in contact with it.
Oh my god. So he's not gay, everybody. You're not allowed to say that he is. Okay, I can't let this happen, please. It's like, no, 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 mate. You dug this hole. You're gonna stay in that hole.
Uh, although I would assume it would render them straight. Okay, so red kryptonite. Okay, cool. Here's how. So here's what all of the kryptonites actually do. Keep in mind this looks like it was written a while ago, so some of them might have been retconned. Honestly, they need to retcon it so there was like only this one, that one random.
Yeah, that one random effect.
Yeah, that one random time. So green kryptonite causes weakness, nausea, pain, and lack of power to components. Sometimes grants humans super, turning them into meteor freaks. Meteor freaks are the freaks of the week. Okay. That was just because of Smallville. Red kryptonite has an unpredictable effect on kryptonians every time. In Smallville, it removes kryptonian inhibition similar to inebriation. So that one I might want to double check. A bit more. White kryptonite, deadly to any plant life of any world. But into two beings. Blue, deadly to Bizarro, generally has no effect. In some versions, it removes kryptonian powers. Gold, removes pre-crisis the powerless permanent post it lasts for a short amount of time. So yeah, they've obviously there's been a few reiterations of it.
Mm.
See, okay, in Dragon Ball, it is not technically magic. Ah, lovely. There aren't any. Although Marvel. Yeah, so like heck, you go one or two steps in a random direction. He goes from being not magic to magic and then back to not magic again. to being something altogether different a time further, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
But you see what I mean?
Hmm.
By he would use very um unconnected universes.
Hmm.
So like, you know, that's a great example of how, oh, would it technically count as magic in the DC universe? It technically might.
Technically, but what's the technicality?
Uh, the fact that most other things call any kind of soul manipulation or anything magic.
Actually, you want to know what would be a really great counter to Goku in the DC universe? Now that I think
Hmm.
about it, Child from the animated series. Mostly just a demon in just a little girl's body, essentially. Well, disguised as one anyway. It's literally calling upon the forces of chaos to balance everything in its favor and uses just ungodly amounts of just demonic magic. Just, ugh, disgusting levels. I don't even think the Chaos Gods would approve.
Alright, cool. What is... There's a ruthless... Oh, well, I have a feeling the Chaos Gods will approve because he is the Chaos God.
Yeah, but with like Child being so manipulative, right? Wouldn't it just like usurp them? Shouldn't the Chaos Gods be worried about something like that?
He is the Chaos God.
What, so he's just all of them in one form?
Uh, I believe he is just the Chaos God.
Just the Chaos God, just.
Magical beings, a power representing chaos. Yeah, they're just like powerful. Yeah, they are just yeah.
Huh. I thought it was something more. I couldn't remember. Oh well.
There's he's literally part of the basically the gods of chaos.
I wonder what happens if we stick Superman in Chernobyl.
He'd probably end up just absorbing the radiation.
Yeah, but that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, it would be if he existed.
Actually,
Like, heck,
I have an even bigger question, right? You know how a TARDIS, right, like the Doctor's TARDIS,
mm,
is like a sentient and near omnipotent god, right?
mm,
Who do you think would win, Superman versus the TARDIS? Go.
the, that's the kind of shit the other guy would do. Like, that would make no sense. There would be no way to figure out who would
There's
win.
no way to gauge it.
Because essentially, you have a god fighting a god that is also a box. They can literally go back and forth wherever it wants in timeline. The only thing, as far as I can tell, that the difference there would be, oh, okay, so maybe he has the ability to, it goes back in time and maybe stop Superman from Man from Ever Existing, because Superman can't time travel, as far as I'm aware, properly.
This is fair. Although, now that I think about it, who do you think would win, the TARDIS versus Goku?
Same situation, my
Same
dude.
situation. Just
Like,
take all of
heck,
reality and disintegrate it.
even easier to say that, like, because technically Goku does have ability to time travel, but only because of other people. Like, unless he was, I don't know, literally getting dropped off by bloody Trunks at the time, and somehow felt that he was suddenly being, and fixed everything.
Hmm.
Like, it was like Goku's. There's a slim chance, like, because they also have a weird um uh time keeping group. Like, there's like a prime timeline, and they try and keep the prime timeline going,
Hmm.
but they kind of. But that's only because the prime timeline is what keeps getting intercepted.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's like, eh. I honestly couldn't. Again, it's like, why is Goku or Superman fighting a box?
Well, I know for a fact that the Type 40 TARDIS, right, can be upgraded into, say, a Type 57 and a Type 72, I think it is. And those had the ability to go into like a humanoid form, but not quite human. It was very off.
Did you say Type 40?
Yeah, Type 40.
Let's have a quick look. Formerly known as. Okay. What's the types that apparently it can be upgraded to?
I think it's like the 50 or 48 and 52. I'm fairly certain.
Okay, that doesn't. Did not help. Um. Let's have a look. See if they have anything. No, half a brain.
No? I thought they could
No.
be. Are you looking up specifically the Type 40, or looking for the fact that they can't be upgraded?
I'm looking for the other two first. Oh, they actually have all the different types here, by the way. Um, TARDIS refits and upgrades. Um, there is only one time it's ever become human. So again, why the hell are those two fighting a box?
Fair enough.
Like, but yeah, for but yeah, so the community's kind of fucked because they all hate that guy because one particular thing. Oh, all because they have a special plating on the the paint on them basically allows them to deflect laser beams. Except when it gets really hot because it still absorbs some of the heat in the process of deflecting it. And as a result, it slowly chips and burns.
Hmm.
So, there's a lot of. But he's like, oh, this won't happen because. And then people are like, dude, we'll just do this then. But it's like, then we'll do this. Like, it. The thing he was defending was basically looking at it. One of the more destructive, like least destructive Gundams.
Hmm.
Mostly, in my opinion, because I feel like the part was a bit, yeah. So yeah, for me, it's a case of, yeah. So everything I want to do, the issue I have with the custom I want to do is it's a custom I want to build for myself. And like, so one thing I've been trying to do is figure out how exactly the thing that I'm doing, like what the rules of said virtual reality game where it scans in my Gundam would actually be for like the creation of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh, because looking at it, I don't think. Personally, I think if there were any rules, it would be as long as, it's a mech and palatable.
Very true.
Uh, but trying to figure out, because the thing is, Bandai are actually trying to make such a thing.
Right.
That's the thing worth looking into. You give that a quick watch. Did you end up watching that video?
Huh? What?
No, the video I sent you. I was waiting to see if you'd watch it.
No, 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 no. I'm shunting some very explosive boys right now.
Hmm.
Am I streaming?
Taco Bell?
Maybe.
You possibly are, but I'm not watching.
Ah.
But yeah. So Hey, Harperbrain, you still there?
Yeah, why?
What are you doing?
Train driving.
Fair enough. I'm guessing you're focusing a lot on it.
Yeah, it's a very complicated puzzle. I'll put it that way. I'm actually very close to completing it now. I gotta take
Well,
it to the loading depot. Once I've loaded it, I then go into the yard and then park it, and then done. And then I shall go watch your video.
but yeah, basically, my like the concept of what I want to do is essentially so. Uh, it's cool that they are actually doing it, but like, so think about it like this: you build a model, right? And then you scan it with a special 3D scanner. I'm going to assume there'd be a couple more things. Um, Before you'd actually um I just realized this game is basically kind of built to be VR.
What, DV? Or are you talking about the Gundam stuff?
No, yours.
Well, yeah, it started off as a virtual reality game.
Ah. But yeah, basically as I was saying, the like they scan into a thing on the show and then they can and like eventually like the game will eventually give you like obviously you have to perform well and whatnot.
So it's basically that Hatsune Miku Pizza Hut bloody or Domino's Pizza thing, or whatever it was.
No. Although you could probably have a Hitsaxi Miku Gundam because people have made them.
I want to make a Lady Liberty Gundam.
Yeah, you could do that. I'm just imagining the flame just getting larger, and that's its sword.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know what?
Its book is its shield, literally.
Let's see, has anyone done it?
I mean, I did it a while ago on the, what was it called? The AI generator or whatever it was.
Yeah, I can't find a good one of them to be honest, because I would actually use that to help generate some of the things I want.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the loo. I'll be back in a second. I need the loo.
Okay.
When you catch that coffee, it just stays laying when you pick it up.
He,
Oh, I'm back. Well, let's finish this shunting job.
Alright, let me know when you're done so I can talk to you, because I feel like you're a little distracted by that at the moment, so, and I think you want to focus.
I'm not so... You see, I'm just listening to you talk about Gundam.
Oh, okay, cool. I just wasn't sure because, like,
No. I am actually listening.
yeah, so I'm just been trying to, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what rules would be in the game, right? Because, like, what rules to the Gundam that get allowed and such.
Well, that's a very good point. Wait, so you can scan any real-world object and it will, like, give it Gundam stats?
Not quite how it works.
See,
So
I would say something very inappropriate right now, but I'm recording, so I'm not gonna do that.
wait. So they can hear my whole conversation.
Yes.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
So just
Probably a good
rant
thing.
off, just keep ranting.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you make a Gundam game, like a game where you legitimately battle your model kits, basically. Gundam's not the only one in existence. Only type of mecha in existence. Like heck, in one of the anime for the build series, like can't remember if it's Build Fighters Try or if it's Build Fighters. I think it's Try because he does essentially a Zord where he gets like he creates 3 separate model kits out of like one bigger model kit.
Oh.
And he then combines them back into the one. It's called the Trion 3. It's basically a lion, an eagle, and a stingray. And they combine and then they get more powerful because of it. But he clearly says that it's like even the character says about how he's inspired by the super robot stuff.
Yeah, Super Robot Wars.
See, that's the thing. Like, would super robots be allowed as well? Because then you'd end up having.
Didn't Super Robot Wars have that big crossover thing?
There is a game already where it all crosses over with a lot of them.
Yeah, I thought so, because I remember them having Cowboy Bebop and a bunch of other, like, anime sci-fi shows in it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Give me a second.
Because I remember Space Battleship Yamato being part of it.
I think it's Super Robot Wars 30 is the latest one. We're gonna click on that. Go to a list. So the thing is, they don't actually make that. They haven't made that many Gundam games of late.
Sad. That's sad.
It is, but it because they've been focusing on this one. Realistically, is my honest opinion of why. It's definitely how it appears, anyway. Yeah. Okay. So, Super Robot Wars 30 is like heck.
Because I remember them having Captain Harlock as well, and I thought, God damn, they are really reaching for some anime reference like material. Holy shit! I'm
Like,
like, I'm half
actually am
expecting
gonna-
them to like drop Star Trek or Star Wars in there.
Yeah, they sadly don't would like. I can't because they don't have big fighting robots of any kind. I can't see that happening.
Hmm.
I actually want to see if there's a list of all of the robots. But oh, here we go. This is probably a good start. Ooh. Like, this is actually a good. So those are the main features. They actually don't have that many in here. Like, but so the list of the series that are in it are Super Electromagnetic Combatter V. Don't know much about that. Mobile Suit Gundam. The Zeta Gundam series. The Zeta MSV. Shah's Counterattack. Victory. Narrative. I don't know what MSV is actually. Let me look at that. Mobile Suit Variations. Detail. Okay, so it's just like some form, basically Gundam from slightly different. Heavy Metal Algiam, the Brave Police J Decker, the King of Braves Geo Geiger, final. Geo Geiger versus Better Man, Hogius, like basically both of the LaRouche, the Ghetto Robo, Mazenaga Z, Infinity, Mazena Kaiser Infinitum, or Mazen Kaiser, I mean, Magic Knight, Wraith, Gunsword. I am going to search that up because that's apparently a series. Majestic Prince, Knights and Magic, SSS Gridman, the Sakura Wars, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Ultraman, like that's the Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, I know Ultraman. That's hilarious.
Yep. Armored Troop Ultraman, Super Mechanical Dan Kruger. Yep. Majestic Prince Genetic Awakening, Ghetto Robo De-Evolution. That's what's in this. In this one. Now, I can tell you for a fact that I know that those are a hell of a lot different to each other.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
And these are what Bandai can have. They have had other series involved in the past. like Evangelion, I believe, once happened to be in there.
I want them to put Tenacious D in there.
Like, hey,
Please,
look,
please, I want them as actual villains or like boss fight level characters. Please. And I want their remixes to be real.
like, yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Come on, you're gonna tell me Jack Black and his best mate wouldn't look fantastic in anime?
Like, I mean, I could definitely see him getting in on making his own Gundam thing. Like, not so much Gundam, but Mecha.
Oh my god, it would be hilarious to call it the Tenacious D Squad. Or D Squad or whatever. It's just
The
two
Tenacious
robot,
Pick
yeah.
Gundam.
Yeah, the Tenacious D Gundam. That
Hmm.
actually sounds like it. That sounds like an actual Gundam anime. I hate it. I mean, I love it. I hate it at the same time, but I love it more so.
Oh, yeah. Like, it sounds exactly like a Gundam.
It does.
Well, it doesn't help that they usually, like, a lot of times they call, before they actually announce the name or something or whatever, they usually use tentative. Tentative name. But yeah, heck, now that I know that you're um, recording this, I'm definitely going to be a slight bit more careful about what I say. Do make sure that you let me know when that happens. I was busy reading something that, I kind of, uh, I would kind of agree with, but I don't. That's not appropriate to talk about on your stream thing.
Well, it's less a stream, more like an hour-long video.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's not worth saying while you are recording
Yeah.
if you're still curious afterwards. But yeah, but just as an example, that so basically, you've got multiple different like Gundam or mecha series in general. So my big question, it definitely boils down to um oh what like what will they allow, and then what would they
Not allow.
like? Yeah, because like while Evangelion, like an Eva, is a mecha by technicality, it is also a creature, like a living being.
Oh, it's a creature. It comes on the creature
Like,
feature.
I'm purposely not saying much just in case anyone who listens decides they want to watch it. But it's essentially a living being of sight, which you find out in like the first episode because of the way that episode goes down.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that the one with like 02 or whatever it is?
With Zero what?
Whatever her name is. I can't remember the name of the series.
You're digitizing on my end.
Um, 02. That's the character in that series, isn't it? Or am I thinking of a different series?
02. No, that you're talking about the girl with the horns?
Yeah.
No. Kind of the same premise though, for
Ah.
one of the characters at least. Um. No, you have Ray. Um. But yeah, so you did have that, and it's like, well, that's the thing. Like, what else is allowed? Like, as long as it's mecha-like. Because heck, Gridman is another great example of a thing that's technically not mecha, but is technically mecha at the same time. Because from memory, Gridman literally just like powers up and he's big. Like it's a character, human who becomes Gridman or something in one of them. Like heck, Ultraman is another great one
Hmm.
for that. So you know. Like you have that. And then like, what are you allowed to combine? Would you be completely unlimited in what you can combine? In which case, like, if I was to say, like, that's where I'm having the issue on what I want. When like I'm trying to think out. Because like I'm trying to figure out like what would the rules be because I'm trying my design philosophy is
I'm
if
wondering,
they were to
could you put like
come out
could you put like a battleship and scan that in?
technically, and they
Oh.
do.
Oh, I want Space Battleship Bismarck, or like Tirpitz or the Hood.
Like
Yes.
heck, there's literally a thing where they have a like like there's a few in the thing. There's a few little ins and outs, like the fact that most of the you can buy ships and stuff because they are ships from the anime.
Ah,
But you can make custom ships because that's actually how one of the characters kind of makes it so that their group actually wins. Is he makes a ship from scratch
ah.
so that it could do exactly what he wanted.
Because
He
I,
made it.
because wait, could you take like other franchises' starships and scan them in?
By technicality, see that's the thing. Would you be allowed to?
Why not?
Because
Why not?
at that point, it's not Bandai. Like heck, Bandai sells Millennium Falcons.
Ah, okay. Ah,
They literally sell to scale Millennium Falcons and X Wings and stuff.
I see what they were doing. I see what they were doing.
No, it's just because it's a popular franchise and they can make model kits and they make model kits really well. And there's only two companies that make them to the degree that I think Disney wanted at the time.
Uh,
And I think they kind of didn't like quite the quality that they were getting from uh, another company.
mm. See, I've got that. I want to get the Palmyran battle cruiser as like a little mini model kit or whatever it is for like the Star Trek. Um, for the Star Trek miniatures game, whatever it's called. Can't remember the damn name.
I know the one you're on about because I think it's literally called X Fighter or something. Like a super simple name.
Yeah, because that would be hilarious having ships from different franchises fighting each other. That really would be
I
hilarious.
I wouldn't say personally I wouldn't say hilarious, but I definitely would agree with it being interesting.
It would be interesting.
So let's have a quick skim through. I'm currently looking at HobbyLink Japan's Bandai section.
Alright, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Give me a second. Saving. I made at least 50 grand in this short time. Short time, I say it's like nearly like 20 minutes past 12 or whatever.